I'm here today with Dr. HAL Huggins, one of the foremost authorities in the world on dental health and the hazards of modern dentistry. Dr. Huggins, could you tell me if there's been any recent breakthroughs or information regarding the use of mercury in the mouth?
The breakthrough that has come through that's been meaningful has been done by the FDA, because the FDA has decided that I guess some things maybe I shouldn't say, but they have put on their website that mercury is no longer safe in children under the age of 6 and in pregnant females. Now at age 7, I suppose you can use it because it's okay to destroy the brain of a 7-year-old, but we can no longer destroy the brain of 6-year-olds.
Are you aware of anything that biologically changes in that time period?
Between 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Not really. There must be a political change that happens in the brain.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a step in the right direction, because this is what happened in Sweden, where they started out with age 6 and then they went to age 18, and they said any woman who's pregnant, and then they changed that to any woman who could become pregnant. So it's, even though it's the most dangerous metal on the planet, there's more liability behind it than anything else. So we have to spread this out over a long period of time so they don't get to be too many lawsuits stirred up. Right. So liability is the problem here. The health of the public is not really part of the issue.
Are you aware of what's happened in Canada? I understood there was some kind of a class action lawsuit going on against the government.
There was one that started about 6 years ago, and they worked on it for about 4 years, and then ran out of money, and it's kind of dwindled away now.
Right, okay. Now, I understand Diane Watson's going to be here at the Expo this year, and has she made any progress in getting Congress to do anything about the use of mercury amalgam in the mouth?
Yes and no. Any other questions? Actually, Diane will not be here because she's vacationing in Cuba.
Okay.
Maybe it's not a vacation. No, it's not a vacation. They're trying to work out something where we can have Americans go to Cuba for vacations. That's what it is. She's not on vacation. She's just down there on the beach for political reasons.
Oh, really?
That's probably not fair to say.
Well, I was looking forward to meeting her.
Well, I was too, because she and I are on a panel together tomorrow.
Right.
But she's on the beach in Cuba, and I'm here.
So you don't think there's any chance she'll show up then?
In fact, she was supposed to be here last year, and she didn't show up, and so they had me appointed to take her place. There was a color differential, there was a sex differential. There were several things where she and I don't really look alike. So at that time I told everybody they could drop by her office and pick up a $500 check from the government. So I thought for that reason she'd show up this year.
So why do you think that mercury is such a hot political issue?
Anyway, what did she do was your original question before I started this little tirade. And it's late in the afternoon. Okay. All right. So what she was able to pull off was a congressional investigation about what the FDA says about mercury and what the truth is. And she and I were both on the program there, and we presented the materials, and it came out, I think it was 21 to 13, that the FDA was wrong, that amalgam should be banned. And as a result of that meeting, that congressional hearing, nothing has happened.
Why do you think that is?
Why do you have congressional meetings if you're not going to do something? Oh, she gave a good talk. Well, I mean, she told them, as they say in the South, how the cow ate the cabbage. She really got with it and let them know that kind of if they didn't react on this and do something with it, they didn't have a heart or a soul or something that's kind of important there. But she let them know what she felt and why, because she has a lot of data behind it. So she did an excellent presentation there. And Haley did a good scientific presentation, and another guy, Huggins, did a good scientific presentation there. And so everybody gave their presentations and folded up their tents and went home, and nothing happened.
Now, what's the position today of dentists on this? Are dentists beginning to now use safer materials just because of their own awareness?
Yeah, when I first started this was in 1973. Dentists were placing 1 million mercury fillings a day in the United States. Today they're placing less than 200,000 a day. So there has been some improvement there, but there is a huge fear factor. Because if you go to a dentist, you're in the state of California, and you say, is mercury a poison? And the dentist says, well, yeah, sure. He's out selling used cars tomorrow. So they will take the license of a dentist who speaks against mercury. It's called a gag rule that they put in. The dentist cannot talk about it. It's the only profession in the world in which a member of the profession, a licensed member of the profession, cannot talk about what's in the profession. Now, years ago, back about 1980, we developed some simple, inexpensive sensitivity tests to mercury and to nickel. And we started dispensing this. It was highly accurate, and they made us quit doing it. They said, no, this is a medical procedure. Okay, so I went to the medical society, and I said, you know, dentists are putting in amalgam and people are sensitive to it. It's a poison, it kills, and they say that medicine has to do something about it. And the head of pathology, forensic pathologist, said, if dentistry has created a problem, it's up to dentistry to investigate and correct that problem. We're not going to clean up your house. And the dentistry is not going to clean up the house, and medicine is not going to clean up the house. So we continue to make people toxic by putting mercury in root canals and nickel crowns and all kinds of toxic stuff. And as long as nobody brings it to the legal profession, so somebody has to pay off, it's at a standstill. Now, I suspect something will happen in July. At the end of July, the FDA, under federal mandate, I mean, the federal judge says, thou shalt, or you're going to jail. So they have to come up with some decision at the end of July as to whether to say mercury is safe or it's not, or someplace in between. It's going to be kind of interesting because I've taken 13 years of college, so I've got all kinds of history of education here. And I asked a professor of toxicology one time, what is the safe limit for mercury exposure? And he said, 1 atom will kill 1 cell. You tell me the safe level. There is no safe level. But politically, if everybody starts suing their dentists for all the diseases they've got due to mercury and the other things, there's not enough money in the universe to pay that off. So, best thing to do is just keep quiet and let people keep getting sick.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Huggins, for sharing with us today. I look forward to seeing you in the panel tomorrow.
I'll probably drop by.
I hope to see you.
Thank you.